video, we're gonna go over 5 keto essentials that are gonna make your keto life easier coming up. My name is Emily and this is my twin sister Sarah, and we've lost over 160 pounds following a ketogenic lifestyle. On our channel, we talk about all things keto, viral keto recipes, keto essentials, keto tips and tricks. So make sure to subscribe and like this video if you're into this type of content. So there have been some of you that are new to keto, but you're also on a budget, and there's so many different products and gadgets and flours that you can buy out there. And so for the new people here, we're just gonna go over the ones that we think are essential and the ones that we honestly don't wanna live without. Because we've tried a lot of products before and these are worth it. These are products that we rebuy and we always have on stock in our pantries. The first thing that you're gonna need are electrolytes. And I know that there's so many different brands of electrolytes out there and you don't necessarily need to buy them, although we will tell you the ones that we buy. You could also substitute them for pickle juice in a pinch. But if you're gonna buy electrolytes, the one that we like are Element electrolytes, and they are expensive, but they are the best tasting electrolytes that we've ever tried. Hashtag not sponsored. This is my favorite electrolyte powder, citrus salt. I'm just gonna explain this quick for the new people here. If you've never done keto before, when you enter ketosis, your body flushes out a lot of water, and that can lead to an imbalance in your electrolytes. That's why you can feel foggy and tired, and electrolytes help rebalance you. So that's why we always suggest to start taking electrolytes before you even start keto. It won't hurt you, okay? And it's a salty type of citrusy flavor, but it just tastes really good. I think that it's really good. And a lot of people, when they first try it, they're like, oh my God, it's really salty. But I feel like as you get more fat adapted, you crave the salt and the fat. And it just tastes just like a margarita. You're gonna love it. They have new flavors now. They have like some spicy ones, which I really like. They might not be everybody's cup of tea. I do like the habanero lemon and the chili mango. Delicious. Essential number 2 for us is a Dash mini waffle maker. And I think somebody watched our video a couple days ago. We actually have a video where we make our chaffle recipe for 2021. We will link that video down below if you guys are interested in seeing it, where we make what we think is the best, most versatile chaffle. That person was like, are you saying chaffle or something?
Chaffle.
I don't think that we often explain what a chaffle is, but it's pretty much a cheese waffle. So we have our recipe. We love chaffles. We use them for everything. You can use them as a bread replacement, a bagel replacement. You could make croutons with them. I don't even know.
I've heard of people even making stuffing with them for like Thanksgiving and stuff. So a chaffle is a cheese waffle, and you need a Dash mini waffle maker. So now that you know what a chaffle is and why you should get it, you have to decide now whether you want the mini $10 waffle maker, chaffle maker, or the one that I just recently bought, which is it has 4 slots for 4 chaffles at a time. It's expensive though. The one that makes 4 at a time is $50.
Yeah, but the amount of time that you're saving, it's probably worth it.
Time is money, people.
Time is money, absolutely. And it saves you time from standing in the kitchen making these chaffles.
So I think it's worth it. It works great. So chaffle maker is definitely on our list. But if you guys are like new to keto, you might not know if you like chaffles yet. You probably will. So first try out the $9.99 one. I think they're even $9.99 at Target. So that is the second one. Our third thing is you probably should have a flour replacement on hand. You know, our chaffle recipe calls for 2 tablespoons of almond flour in it to kind of thicken it up and to give it like a bread-like texture. And so choose a flour replacement that works for you. We like almond flour. Some people like coconut flour. Coconut flour does not have the same absorbency levels as almond flour, so you're gonna have to check that. People always ask us how much of this and how much of that. The truth is that we don't know, because I don't like coconut flour, just like some people don't like almond flour.
I bought a giant bag of coconut flour and I had
zero.
I have the entire bag still. I bought like a giant bag, a bag of almond flour, which is an Anthony's like 3-pound bag or something like that, and of coconut, because why not? And I literally have not used the coconut flour. I don't know why.
Now it's gone bad.
It's gone bad.
It's like we never even opened it. You're going to like one type of flour, keto-friendly flour, more than the others. If you can't tolerate almond flour or coconut flour, there are people that have been talking about lupin flour. And we haven't actually tried that yet, but I heard that it has less carbs than almond flour. But I think it's a little bit more absorbent than that. So honestly, a lot of our recipes are trial and error on our part, and they turn out pretty darn good. And so if you see a recipe where it calls for 2 tablespoons of almond flour, know that coconut flour absorbs way more, so you use half. So if you're making our chaffle recipe, I would just use 1 tablespoon of coconut flour instead of 2 tablespoons of almond flour.
So next up on the list is going to be some sort of keto-friendly sweetener. We've gone through them all. We've tried xylitol, erythritol, stevia, and we have monk fruit. Anything else? Splenda. Even though I know people hate Splenda, I actually liked Splenda back in the day. That was my go-to sweetener.
We used to drink coffee with 2 Splendas in it, and we would drink 10 coffees a day. So Sarah and I, we're eating about 20 packets of Splenda a day. Anyways.
Yeah, Splenda was one of my favorites. So we've tried all different types of sweeteners. The one that we've been really liking lately is called allulose.
Allulose is like its own thing. It's like not processed by your body, and so it doesn't impact blood sugar. It's supposedly less disruptive to your GI tract and stuff, and so a lot of people, they'll eat stevia or they'll eat erythritol and they will have like a digestive upset type thing happen. But allulose typically doesn't have that. The other thing is that you have to choose your own sweetener that works for you, okay? And erythritol, it can sometimes have a cooling effect.
Yeah.
It's a weird type of like, not menthol-y, but it has a weird cooling sensation in some desserts, and it doesn't bake like sugar does. It like kind of crystallizes in some forms, and so a lot of people use erythritol in blends. That's what like Lakanto is. It's like I think it's a monk fruit erythritol blend. I personally like allulose better. It like cooks like sugar, so it can crystallize like sugar, and it doesn't have like that cooling effect. So you're gonna have to try out what works for you. Some people really like stevia because you can buy like, do you have it?
Yeah.
You can buy like a little dropper. It's like 10,000 times sweeter than sugar. And so you just take like a couple drops. But then again, some people say it's got like a bitter taste, like stevia does. Do you notice that?
Yeah.
So if sweetener is important to you, and you need to have sweetener, then I would try allulose first. The only thing is that allulose is only 70% as sweet as sugar. You're gonna have to add more to get like the same sweetness level as table sugar, but as you go on keto and as you're deeper into ketosis and as your taste buds change, you will have less tolerance for sugar sweetness.
The more you eat sugar, the more you want, honestly. Right. So if you cut that out, and while you're doing a low-carb diet, you're naturally going to cut out sweets, right? So I remember the first time I actually had sugar, I don't remember what it was, like a dessert, and I was just like, it was cloyingly sweet to me. My taste buds had reset, and I really enjoyed like salty things over, like more fat and salt over sweet stuff, which I was always a sweet person.
I was always a savory
really?
person.
Well, I'd like both, you know.
But what we're trying to say is like, as you I don't know.
On your journey?
As you go further into the sunset of this keto weight loss journey,
which never ends,
right? Your taste buds are going to change, and you're not going to need as sweet of stuff. So allulose, while it's only 70% as sweet, will work in that case. Having a keto sweetener that you can depend on, that's not going to upset your stomach, that won't, kick you out of ketosis or raise your blood sugar really high. If you're into sweets, it should be something that you buy beforehand so that you have it. So the next thing I would choose as an essential is xanthan gum, and a lot of people don't even know what that is, but it's basically a thickening agent that's keto friendly. It does have some net carbs in it, but honestly, you're gonna be using like half a teaspoon when you use it. So 1 bag of this stuff is going to last you till the end of time. You can use it to thicken soups, and we use it in our chaffles because we think it gives it like elasticity, kind of like how gluten does. So we like to use it in our chaffles. I use it to make like gravies and sauces, and a little goes a long way. And you can use it in desserts as well. So 1 little bag of xanthan gum for like $6 or $7 will like literally last you for a year. So definitely, to me, that's like one of the essentials, because nothing is worse than like, you're trying to make like a pot roast with gravy and it's all watery because you can't use like cornstarch or flour to make a sauce on keto, but you can use xanthan gum. And I actually use it to thicken up like chicken soup or whatever kind of stew that I'm making, and it really does add something to it. I really like it. And I just wanted to give like a little tip on how I use xanthan gum, because it's very, I don't even know, like the second it touches water, it turns into a blob. So you have to be very careful because it will just gellify like within a second. So what I do is, if I'm adding it to something, I'll usually mix it in with salt. And so I'll take salt and I'll put it in like a little ramekin, and I'll take the amount of xanthan gum I need, and I'll put an equal amount of salt or pepper or spices, and I'll mix that all together. I'll mix it with like a dry ingredient first, and then I'll distribute it into like a soup or whatever, so that it's not all together and it doesn't turn into a big clump, if that makes sense. So that's like a little tip that I've found is the best way to use Xanthan Gum.
So being on the ketogenic diet, most people miss some sort of pasta in their life. I know I did when I first started. And we've been through a bunch of different pasta replacements over the years, and the one that we've been really loving lately is Hearts of Palm pasta. And there are a bunch of different brands that you can find. There are some more generic ones, like Trader Joe's has their own version now. The one that we really liked is Palmini, and they have it a bunch of different places. They have different types of noodles. They have like an angel hair version. They have a thicker noodle, and they even have a pasta sheets that
come in a can.
They have a vegetable taste because they're vegetables.
Yeah, and actually they're in the middle of a palm tree, right?
I don't know. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Hearts of palm. But honestly, we've tried a lot of other replacements. I mean, zoodles are okay. Sure, they're kind of watery. Shirataki.
I mean, shirataki, I feel like it's better now, and I think it's really about the way that you prepare shirataki noodles. Like, you know, some people not baste it in milk, but there's like this lime citrus stuff that they put in there, and it kind of smells like fishy. And so it's really about how you rinse those. Even the Hearts of Palm noodles, we like to rinse really well and make sure that you get all the juice off, and like really, even pat them dry, even because when you put like a sauce on it, if it has water or it's
not
going
to allow the thing to cling.
Right. It's not going to cling and be coated in that sauce. So you're going to really want to dry off your noodles before you put them in any type of sauce, because you're just going to water it down and you're not going to like it. I really like the Hearts of Palm noodle. And yeah, I think it's an essential in our keto kitchens.
So the 5 things that we listed out today are the 5 things that we would buy to set ourselves up for success on keto the first time. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps us out in the YouTube algorithm. And if you guys have any questions that you would like us to answer, you can leave them in the comment section below, and maybe we'll make a video about it.
And if you guys have any other essentials that you think that we missed, leave them in the comment section below. We'd love to hear from you guys.
Anyway, I'm Emily.
And I'm Sarah. And we are the Keto Twins, signing out.